All right. Hi, everybody. This is the Kubernetes 1.24 release meeting for February 9th. Please be aware that this meeting does abide by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which can be boiled down to please be excellent to one another. So it looks like we don't have any added, actually, let me hop back down to the correct place here. I don't see any open discussion topics that have been added. So without any of those, which we can revisit at the end if any do come up, Grace, would you like to kick us off with an enhancements update? Or do we have anybody from enhancements here?
Hey, everyone. Go ahead, Hossein.
No, go ahead. You are, I think it's better that you go ahead.
Yeah, so I just filled in the numbers there. As of enhancements freeze, we are tracking 66 enhancements. We had received 2 exception requests after their freeze, and both of them were approved. Overall, our status is green. No new updates after the enhancements freeze. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I haven't seen any other exception requests come in after those two, so not bad. Yeah, y'all have done awesome work. Thank you. CI Signal, what's going on in your world?
So yeah, hello everyone. Our current status is yellow. Moving to updates on master blocking, we have 3 flakes in which one of them is reported and one failing, which is the same GC in Grace flaky test, but it's now turned into failing. On master informing, there are 7 flakes and 3 failing, in which one of them is reported, and currently we are observing other 2s. Yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bug triage. I'd like to share your update.
Hi everyone. Yeah, so from bug triage, we have one blocking issue, and that is the Docker shim removal. Otherwise, everything looks good. We don't have any blocking PRs, and we have been updating, like asking about the updates to on the several issues and the PRs on which there are no replies from like last 1 to 2 months. So I had a question regarding the blocking issue. For the Docker shim removal, should this be a placeholder PR? Because there are no further updates on this, and there was a discussion in the SIG release earlier. Jesse, could we open this blocking issue?
Yeah.
In the discussion, Jesse, James, Nate, you guys had mentioned that for Docker shim removal, we'll just keep this as a placeholder PR since the dependencies are external. So should we just keep this issue?
I would suggest yes. I think that there's actually this may actually be a thing that we should decide. We've got a couple of sort of issues that are pointing at Docker shim. There's the docs removal section, and then there's the actual like the removal from the code section. And I think they've sort of gotten split a little bit. So whenever I'm talking about Docker shim, I'm really explicitly talking about the docs side of it. And so in terms of organizing the issues and whatnot, I would tend to defer to what you folks want to do, but I've got I can't remember which one exactly. I'm pretty sure it's one of the ones that Bob has opened as the main tracker for us. There's also the board that we use. So I don't know if that answers your question. I'm sorry.
Sure. So we'll continue keeping it, and yeah.
I think
okay.
the problem is that like the code is already gone, right? Like the code is done. There were some tests failures that are being looked at because of it, but it's gone. You can download the alpha release now and you can't use Docker Shim.
Yep.
It's really just the docs, and I'm comfortable with the idea that the external docs, so like docs in Cryo or Containerd and whatnot, are not really our.
It's not
We're not.
that's not our stuff.
It's not our responsibility to update those, and more to the point, we wouldn't block the release in them. But our internal stuff, I'm not certain which of that we should consider blocking yet, because presumably, if we just didn't update the docs, that would probably be blocking, I would have thought, because there's no docs to tell you how to use the thing, right?
Yeah.
But if we don't get absolutely everything, is that blocking? Not sure yet. So I think for a little while, we're not going to know for certain. And I think that this is something for Nate and the Docker Shim kind of SIG docs removal project to kind of decide on, is that at what point are we happy to say this is good enough for a release? I don't think we know yet. So I think we should keep this issue here as a release blocker and just keep an eye on it. But there will become a point where we will decide what's our good enough.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you, James. Yeah.
James, as you keep, release titles in mind, I think consider, things, the reckoning of Docker Shim, revenge of Docker Shim. Like, I don't know. It's speaking to me. I think there's an overarching theme I'm sensing here.
Hopefully it won't take revenge on us.
Bug triage. We just did bug triage, didn't we? Let's hear from docs. Chris.
Yeah, as it says in the notes there, Nate has assigned all the KEPs to the docs team. There are a lot of them, 66 as opposed to 47 last time. And as it again says in the notes, we had a discussion of this in SIG docs yesterday. And there's some concern that, considering that, one of those KEPs is the very large Docker Shim removal, and then there's 65 others, there's going to be a lot of work for us to do. So again, the mitigation strategies for that, we're going to try to get as many of the docs PRs open and getting worked on as early as possible. And also we want to ensure that there are tech reviewers lined up in time. A lot of the last minute scramble has to do with getting experts looking at the content and making sure it's okay. I mean, usually the docs team is on it. We're able to, do our reviews, but we need to be able to get the experts lined up and, ready to jump in at the last minute, as there are a lot of them that we'll probably be chasing through this process. Other than that, integration branch is healthy, a bit stalled apparently, and hopefully Nate can speak to that since he's here. And also one other thing that I'd like Nate to speak to is that we have a new KEP issues tracking board, project 70 in the Kubernetes project that will hopefully help us visualize the state of things. A little bit hard to do in the spreadsheet that we have. Actually, I'd like to turn over to Nate to talk on those two subjects.
Yeah, just first regarding the integration branch, easy CLA issues are now blocking in the Kubernetes website repo. And so because it's an integration branch, I'm bringing some old commits into the main, into the Dev 124 branch, which haven't been signed and didn't need to be signed when they were originally committed. So I'll follow up on that. I may need to sign them myself. And regarding the tracking board, the new tracking board, this is for docs issues and is in past, the docs team has had some issues with the tracking sheet. And so we have been discussing new ways of doing the tracking that works better for the docs team. And this is one of the things that we thought we would try. And this is part of the reason we're calling it a beta. The canonical information is still going to be in the sheet because that's kind of where it has to be right now. But I think for day-to-day figuring out what needs to be done, that this board is probably going to be a little bit better for us. And so we will try it. We will see how it works. We will report back and hopefully write up potential strategies for whether or not this worked and whether or not we should try something else or take another shot at this for the next round.
Yeah, Enhancements has also considered GitHub project boards, and we actually have been in touch with some product folks at GitHub on features for new project boards, and like as they work on that, like how it can meet needs for the project overall. So I think there's certainly a potential future there. It's cool to see y'all trying that. And then regarding the workload, I think if it does get to be too much at any point, just holler at the the lead shadows, sooner rather than later. And if there's anything that, if you need some extra hands on stuff, we can help out where able there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that is actually one of the mitigation strategies I did put down was having the docs shadows reach out to the various other disciplines on this meeting and going to the SIGs themselves and saying, hey, this is going to potentially be a problem. We need potentially help with getting things done quickly and whatnot. So I appreciate you putting that out there.
Sounds good. Thank you. And then release notes, Lucas.
Hey, we have Alpha 2 merged, both the draft and the website. We are tracking some issues with Krell, which made that a little difficult. And so we're considering having a team meeting to go ahead and start sorting it out.
Sounds good. And comms.
Everything's still green on our end. We're still holding tight, not doing a heck of a lot week over week. So Nate, if you wanted to collab on some of the docs issues, if you need some additional bandwidth, it might be worth reaching out to our team just to see if anyone can help. The only update that I really have is I created a blog tracking sheet for the removals and deprecations blog that's going to come out, I believe, towards the end of March. So if anyone has suggestions for what should be included in that blog, please reach out.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. And let's wrap up the team updates, I guess, with release branch management if Nabarun is on the call.
Yeah, so we are green right now. No new updates since last week's patch release, pre-release. And next week we're going to do another pre-release. So that's all for now.
Awesome, thank you. And then Joseph mentioned that he would not be able to make the call in person today, but wanted to extend a thank you for folks for attending the shadow orientation, and he'll have some notes up from that. And then we will have a mid-cycle shadow survey coming in the next few weeks. So definitely when you see that come through, we would certainly appreciate responses to that. We really do try to make the program the best it can be. With that, I will turn it over to James for him to share any updates on the lead side that he might have.
Hello. No major updates. I've stalled a bit on meeting with every SIG. Now we've passed enhancements freeze. I'm not sure how much value there is in trying to find all of them. So I think what I'm going to do is go and find the ones I haven't met that have caps in the release, which is probably not very many. Because a lot of the ones that don't meet very often haven't got any caps anyway, and just make sure I've kind of contacted those. Other than that, we had 2 enhancement freeze exception requests, and we approved both of them. And as enhancement said, they're both now merged. We haven't got any others, and I haven't heard any rumblings of any others, so it's not bad. And then I'm going to finalize the time for the mid-cycle retro on the 25th of March by the end of this week. We've had that doodle open for a while. I'm probably going to leave it till Friday. So if you haven't filled it out yet, now would be the time to go do it. Yeah, other than that, that's everything from me, I think. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm not sure if this is the right spot for it, but I do have a question about KEP or an issue that came up in docs, but if this isn't the right time to ask about that, I can wait for the right time.
Xander, I don't think was anything else to mention in the main part of the meeting, is there?
No, I think, you know, we're running ahead of time. So yeah, if you'd like to ask, I think this is a perfectly fine time.
Cool. All right. So regarding, I think it's KEP 3137. I've just dropped a link in the chat. Nope. I always do this. I send it directly to the last person who talked. I don't know why this does this. Sorry, Carlos. Okay. So this issue or this KEP looks like it has a docs requirement, but I don't see it on the status sheet, and it's been merged in. So I'm not entirely sure what it's on the 124. It's on the 124 milestone. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm confused by it. So I guess what you.
Grace did mark it as tracked, which implies that we've seen it. Is it not on the sheet?
I don't think it's on. I don't think it's on the sheet. I don't see it on the sheet.
6. We've got it on the enhancements tab on the sheet here. 3136.
3136. Okay. Why did I not see it then? 30, 31, 36. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. You see.
Gotta love the spreadsheet.
It is, and what I need to do is type better. No, 3137. 3136 is on the sheet, but 3137 isn't.
Oh, that's okay. So see what's happening here is the title is 3136 and the issue number is 3137.
3137 was the pull request to update issue number 3136.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
KEP 3136, and if we look at issues here.
Yeah, so it is 3136, not 3137.
Okay.
Yeah, and when they link to the KEP, they link to the PR to the KEP, which is one off. So it's
right. So it's got to be 3. Okay. All right, that helps.
Yeah, Hub uses the same numbering scheme for issues and pull requests on a repo.
Yeah.
because it does, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, off by 1 hour.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
I appreciate that. Helps clarify for me.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording, I think, unless there are any last minute on the record things that people would like to discuss. All right. Just gotta find the right button. Here we go.